isn't the only thing happening here at Sentosa. No, because recently a group of paddlers got together, hopped into their outrigger canoes, and decided to paddle their way out to the equator. All for a good cause. 12 men taking turns to paddle a 6-man outrigger canoe from Singapore to the equator and back in over 9 days. Sounds impossible? Well, that's what Paddle for Earth Expedition 2007 is all about. This grueling 250-mile or 463-kilometer expedition was organized by the Singapore Paddle Club, or SPC. The aim is to generate awareness and funds for 2 worthwhile charities, Eco for the World and the Children at Risk Empowerment Association, or CARE Singapore. Departing from the 1 degree 15 marina in Sentosa, Singapore, the expedition takes the paddlers to the Indonesian islands of Nongsa, Tanjung Pinang, and then Bakun Basar Island at the northern end of the Lingga Archipelago, where the equator is situated. The paddlers will then paddle back and end their expedition at 1 degree 15 marina, where they started. We talked to some of the paddlers to find out just how they feel about the expedition.
So we love paddling. I am passionate about the open ocean. So, you know, why do I want to do the expedition? Because I love adventure and I love the open ocean, and an outrigger canoe provides that.
I think this is a great opportunity to try something different, to push yourself, and do something that really hasn't been done before.
I just turned 39. I've got to do good things in my 40th year. Maybe that's one.
Paddling about 20 to 40 miles or 32 to 64 kilometers a day will definitely be physically demanding. But what other difficulties will these mad paddlers be facing?
I think clearly, because we'll be out there in the open ocean, we'll be subject to the demands of the elements.
I think in terms of our team dynamics, people, you know, when you get tired physically and mentally, then people tend to get cranky.
There's also operational. What happens if the canoe breaks? What are we going to do, right?
To support the expedition operationally, a 26-meter yacht, the Rising Tide, will be traveling alongside. It will provide medical facilities, sleeping quarters, and other support for the paddlers. With everything planned, the paddlers are all ready to set off on launch day, and they are raring to go.
I feel pretty good. I'm just excited to get out there and paddle today.
I really can't wait to get going.
The other paddlers from SPC were also out in full force to support them. On the sound of the horn, the expedition was underway. We had to leave the paddlers as they venture off into Indonesian waters. However, we're able to follow their journey on their website as some of the paddlers post pictures as the expedition progresses. On day 1, the paddlers make their way around Batam and reach their first stop for the day at Nongsa Point Marina, right on schedule. On day 2, the paddlers' progress was phenomenal. They were ahead of schedule and paddled extra distance to reach Punggala Island. The paddlers encountered tough conditions on day 3 with high winds and swells. However, they pushed through and finally reached the equator. After the celebration, they anchored at the village of Tanjung Kelet in Bakun Basar Island, where they were warmly welcomed by the villagers. The paddlers had a well-deserved rest on Tanjung Kelet on day 4. Paul Hicks presented a tree sapling to the local authorities, as the rest of the paddlers joined in the tree planting ceremony. From day 5 to 7, the paddlers begin their journey back to Singapore for the second leg of the expedition. It was a rainy day as we catch up with the paddlers on the last day of the expedition. They soon entered 1 degree 15 marina back in Sentosa, Singapore, and officially crossed the finish line. They have been to the equator and back. We talked to the paddlers to find out just how they feel.
It's really good that we're back here again. Kind of sad that it's ending a little soon too.
Physically worn out, but I think all of the crew is. But overall, I'm very elated to be back.
We visited a number of Indonesian villages, and for me that was the highlight.
With that, we extend a big congratulations to the paddlers and hope they'll do it again next year.
Sling HD! Battle for Earth! Hallelujah!
Well done to the team for conquering the oceans and, raising environmental awareness. Much respect. We're going to go to a break now, but when we return, we're going to do some conquering of a different sort.